take a look at the comparison of these two pictures. This is the Secretary of State. The day this was his first trip, this was right when he went into office as our new Secretary of State, sort of a cordial moment with Kim Jong-un. This is the picture that they just released from today's meeting. Obviously, it looks like they're getting along famously, and these talks are progressing. The president says he expects it will be a special meeting and that they have very high hopes for the future relationships of our countries. So Sarah Huckabee Sanders joins us from the North Lawn at the White House, and we're looking at all of these images. Sarah, good evening, first of all, and thanks so much for being here. It's great to have you with us. You know, what do you think about the fact that while that mission was going on, while Mike Pompeo was in North Korea trying to free these three men and advance this meeting, this is the headline that the New York Times put out about the Secretary of State. I would call it kind of snarky. It says, at a key moment, Trump's top diplomat is again thousands of miles away. Your thoughts on that, Sarah?
Look, I addressed this today in the briefing. I think it's shameful what the media sometimes does. I got the same number of questions today about Michael Cohen that I got about North Korea. I think that is sad and another reminder that shows us just how out of touch the media is with the rest of America. And I think that that is a perfect example of just how clueless sometimes the media can be. His top diplomat was thousands of miles away, but what they forgot to include was that he was thousands of miles away negotiating the details of the meeting between the president and Kim Jong-un, as well as bringing three brave Americans back home to the United States. To me, that seems like exactly what his job is supposed to do. He was doing it, and you know what? The president was doing his job back here. This is an administration that likes to get more than one thing done a day. As that you guys know, we stay really busy, and this is going to be a big night, and certainly I think a moment that we are very glad that Secretary Pompeo was away from the United States for in order to help make it happen. They
certainly have some egg on their face for that headline, which happens. But I want to play some of the video that we played earlier in the evening here, which is the siren sounds that are blaring over the Golan Heights. Incoming missiles from Syria. They've been deflected by the Iron Dome, we understand. But Sarah, this is clearly of concern, I'm sure, to the president, because the move that he made yesterday in ending the Iranian deal may have ramifications that might be very difficult, and this might be signaling something of what you're going to have to deal with there.
Yeah, this just further shows that the Iranian regime cannot be trusted. Israel absolutely has a sovereign right to defend itself, and we support them in whatever efforts they have in order to defend themselves. But again, I think this activity and this action is just further demonstration that the Iranian regime cannot be trusted, and another good reminder that the president made the right decision to get out of the Iran deal.
I want to play a moment from the president's statement on the Iran deal the other day. With regard to the Iranian people, yesterday it seems like longer ago. Let's play it. I want to ask you a question about this.
I want to deliver a message to the long-suffering people of Iran. The future of Iran belongs to its people. They are the rightful heirs to a rich culture and an ancient land, and they deserve a nation that does justice to their dreams, honor to their history, and glory to God.
Sarah, I guess what I'd love to know about that part of that statement is what message the White House is sending to the people of Iran, because we all remember a few years back in the Obama administration, there was an uprising in Iran. The people wanted to overthrow the oppressive regime there, and it was not backed by the Obama White House. Is that something that this White House would like to encourage?
Look, the president, I think this was one of the more powerful moments of his remarks yesterday. He reminded the Iranian people that the United States stands with them. One of the most terrible things in this process is how much the Iranian regime has squandered away the wealth and the resources of their country and deprived the people of their country. And the president is simply saying that we're with you, we support you, and we want something better for you. And we hope that that can happen, and and that this is part of the process of getting rid of a deal that has not been helpful, that has only empowered the regime. They gave up so much in the previous administration and got nothing. They gave up tough and crippling sanctions in exchange for an incredibly weak deal, and the president is not going to repeat those same mistakes.
No, we watch in the days and weeks to come, and tonight as we see the plane as it lands at Andrews Air Force Base. Sarah, thank you very much. Great to see you tonight.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me on.
So coming up next, facing death threats from the Taliban, the first female Afghan Air Force pilot begged for asylum in the United States.
As a Muslim Afghan female, I always